would do something a little bit different this week. I thought I would switch it up and I would do a reading vlog because I'm filming this after the week was done and I am not so sick anymore. I honestly just didn't have any energy to do anything else. I had a whole bunch of crafts in mind, but I think I'm gonna be posting a lot of the craft videos on my Instagram. I'm gonna take you along on my journey with The Muse by Jessie Burton. At the end of the video, I kind of review it, but I don't want to go too in depth and spoil everything for you. My Goodreads review is gonna be a little bit more in depth, but to get all the magic, you're just gonna have to read it for yourself because that's the only way. So let's rewind to 1 week ago whenever I started reading The Muse before I was sick. So I went on a whim, and I don't usually listen to audiobooks, but this time I decided that I wanted to try to listen to one called Light on Bone. Gothic, Western feel to it, and I thought, why not? Okay. The main character's name is Georgia O'Keeffe, and she's a painter that wanted to go out on a retreat and just paint. She stumbles upon a dead body, and then there's this romance. I wouldn't even call it a romance. It's kind of like a enemies to lovers. But honestly, I can't tell you what this book is about. I don't know if it's just listening to it on an audiobook or if I just genuinely can't follow the story. And I even went back and I read the synopsis and it didn't even convey what the story was about pretty much. There were absolutely no plot points other than she finds a dead body in the desert and there's romance sparked with the sheriff, and that's it. It's weird. It's not even cool or witty or anything like that. It's just abrupt with almost every like buzzword that it puts in there. And then it got really weird. I'm only like 3.5 hours into it out of 11 and I already just don't even want to try to finish it. I had to pause that audiobook. I really just could not continue. I could not go on for 8 more hours listening to that audiobook. So I went ahead and I started reading The Muse. So far in the book, we were set in the 1960s and now we're in like a part 2 situation and we're in the 1930s. So far we know that Odell is a typist. She got a job as a typist at an art gallery, and Marjorie Quick is what I'm assuming right now is to be the Muse. And she's got this big mystique about her. We know that something in the past is like going to come back and haunt her because Odell met a guy and this guy has a painting and he's like, oh, can you like help me find out how much it's worth? And she's like, yeah, come meet my boss. Wow. Come for the ribbons, have you? So a girl named Olive and her mother and father are living at a manor, let's call it, because I don't want to call it a dookie, but it is essentially. It is like a manor out in the Spanish countryside that they're just like vacationing at. And Olive is a 19-year-old painter, you know, the typical misunderstood teen. There are 2 strangers that they see, Teresa and Isaac, out of their door or their window, and they go and greet them and they are bringing gifts of like welcoming them, and turns out they are brother and sister, which Olive was kind of worried about. She was hoping that they weren't married or anything because I think that, you know, there might be a little love thing going on between Olive and Isaac soon. Teresa thought that Olive was just another like yuppie, but she asks her to go out into the garden with her and sow some seeds, and I thought, okay, they're gonna get some one-on-one dialogue together. Okay, Mimi and I have been talking and we both think that Olive is actually Marjorie Quick. Isaac is a painter and Olive's dad is an art dealer or like an art collector, curator, and he seems like overly interested in Isaac's art. But it turns out that Isaac seems like he's trying to work over Harold and Sarah, Olive's parents, to better the land because the Duchess is super old and doesn't take care of the Dookie or any of the workers. But I definitely think that Isaac is gonna somehow like weasel his way into the family somehow. And I also have to say that I am just waiting for Olive to tell her parents that she got into art school, because her parents only give a crap about what they're doing and what's going on in their lives, and she's only the object of approval that they drag out to impress people or something. Like the father is always using his family as kind of, well, him and the mother, they're both using their family as a token to make them look complete. They just want her to be their child forever, essentially, so that they can keep on using that gain, just having a child that does everything that they want them to do. It is the next morning. I did not think that I would love this book this much, and I'll tell you what, now that I'm on page 215, I'm halfway through, it reminds me of that Tim Burton movie, Big Eyes, with Amy Adams. That is exactly what it reminds me of. So I don't know what Isaac's plans are with his political party. He's going to get Olive in trouble. Teresa, little snake, completely betrayed Olive and Isaac and put them in a pickle where Isaac has to say that Olive's painting is his. And it's like the most wonderful painting ever. It's women in the wheat field. Someone wants to say hi. There's a big cloud that went over. Hello, welcome to my dungeon. I have kitties. So far, I believe that one of them has a child that is Lauren's in Odell's time of 1967. I'll come back and give a really good update. Oh, and I want to say there was a superbly written smutty scene. Oh, it was good. I'm not trying to like play it cool or nothing, but yeah, it was pretty good. I don't want to say like professional, but all the right words were used, so it wasn't like just filthy language. Well, as soon as I started reading that next chapter, it turns out that someone had died. I don't know, I didn't want to start my day like that. I started making this sketch of Malcolm McDowell, like when he's getting beat up in the police station. Yeah, I think that it should go swimmingly. And this is how far I've gotten. I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna do today. Okay, so I had to come and update or else I was going to internally combust with excitement. It turns out, I'm trying to even remember where I left off whenever I was telling you. Whenever I left off, someone had died, and it was Odell in the present telling us about the future of her mother dying. How did Olive come to become Marjorie Quick? There is so much drama, and I swear that Jessie Burton knows how to keep a secret. I can't tell what's gonna happen in free time. I'm gonna try to listen to Light on Bone because I need to get that one done and over with. Okay, I just finished The Muse and I'm finally feeling not sick enough to actually get up and start moving around and stuff. I'm gonna throw on some makeup and then I'm gonna do the review of the book. I feel better now. I don't know about you, I feel better. Honestly, I don't even know where to begin with this book because I'm shook. I was shook since the middle. I cannot believe that Jessie Burton made such a tasty freaking plot twist. I fell in love with the mystery, with the twist, the secrets. It killed me when the secrets weren't blurted out in the open when they were supposed to be. However, everything fell into place, and whenever I walked away from the book, I felt and still feel so inspired as a writer. I love it whenever authors write books about writers, because I always walk away feeling so inspired. And that makes 2 out of 4 books from Jessie Burton that I have read. I still need to read The Confession and The House of Fortune. Since I've been reading this book, I have been imagining and just dreaming that I am in Andalusia, Spain. I think this book is 5 out of 5, but I definitely recommend this book to you. And if you made it this far and you stuck through just clips of me reading and cooking and doing random stuff and vlogging, I guess, then, you know, thanks for getting this far. I know that I always say it in the end of my videos, but if you would like to read some of my own short stories that I've written, please go over to my website, katiescuriouscreations.com, and check out all these different stories and scripts that I have. I have all kinds of stuff always going up on there. I'm about ready to post the story from the 1 minute, 10 minute, and 1 hour challenge. I'm gonna proofread that one more time, and then I need to do some cover art for it. So that'll be going up pretty soon. I am writing a novel, and I'm currently in the 2nd drafting phase. I'm really considering between trying to traditionally publish and self-publishing and doing like a print-on-demand type of thing. I'm also definitely gonna have ebook options, but I'm in the 2nd drafting phase, and I predict that definitely by the end of the year, I'm gonna have a finished novel and I'll be ready to publish it. I'm gonna start posting every other week, every other Friday, just to give myself a break and to be able to get through all the books that I got in those hauls. I may or may not have avalanched myself with them, but I'm trying to read books at a slower pace now, and I just want to savor it. I want to savor the pages. I'm definitely going to have an office redecoration video coming up soon because fall is quickly approaching. I have to tell you, I almost forgot. I did in fact DNF Light on Bone because it was so cringy I couldn't do it anymore. Okay, for real this time. I'll see you next time. Bye.